Hi, and welcome to Design Space Friday, and I'm going to do a little bit different again. Someone asked in one of the groups how to do the photos for an overlay. So I've taken an overlay that I'm actually using for one of my granddaughter's soccer layouts, and what I did was I attached it at the bottom. I just put a little bit of adhesive at the bottom of the overlay so I can still pick this up. And I started sliding the photos into the places that I want. And as you can see, these three fit pretty good without any adjustments. These two are going to need a little bit of trimming down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pen, journaling pen, and mark where they need to be cut down. And I marked below the line, so this should not show. And I'm just going to take my trimmer and trim that. Put that one away for right now. And then we'll see how well I did. And I moved everything a little bit, sorry. Once I get everything in place, it's okay because I can lay this one will go on top of that one. Once I get everything in place, I will be able to, let's see if I might have to take a little bit more off of that one, just a touch more. Yeah, just a smidgen more. So we will, I like to have more than less because it's a lot easier to just be able to trim off a little bit more than it is to end up with a space that needs to be covered. So that's not a good thing. So again, we'll lift this up, slide this back underneath, and that works really good. And it might show just a little bit. Now that's good. Okay, so now this one is a little bit trickier because it has that curve and it's got some special places. So I'm actually going to use my scissors on this one and cut up and cut up. All right, and then we're going to cut down. I did mark the other one, so I think I'll put it back on there before I make the last cut, just to see if I need to mark anything else. Got caught that time. So let's slide it over so it fits where I want it to go. So now I have to play a little bit so it can go in here. They look really good once everything is in place. We'll slide it back over some and back up some. Okay. And then I do want to go ahead and mark this too, down this way. I probably could just cut it like that. Let's see. And make sure those lines don't show that I just drew. I can move it down a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. And there it is. And now all I have to do is flip it up just a little bit and put some adhesive behind the pictures, and then I have a cute little soccer layout for my granddaughter. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hello and welcome to Design Space Friday. I led the video off again with a different kind of video where you got to see me put together an overlay that I had already shared how to create. So today what we're going to do is play with a card. And what I did was I took a banner, our flag, and it had an overlay, and I took the base part of the flag and welded it with another and put a fold, a score line and made it into a card. So what we're going to do today is show you that you can do that with pretty much any shape. So we'll move this one out of the way. Now I went ahead and brought in some items so that we could get started right away. I've got a banner that's going to go over the top. I have a overlay that's going to go over the circle, and this one's a little bit smaller than the circle. As you can see, it's 3.94 by 3982, and let's make that a real circle. There we are, and that'll make it fit in there a little better. But if I made it 4x4, it would be too big. But this is pretty good, so there's not too much over the edges. So move that over there. And I have a sentiment that I'm going to show you how to attach to the inside. So it is going to be a circle card. And first thing I want to do is to duplicate it one time, because we're going to keep the circle at 4 inches, and we are going to actually slice off a little bit of this card part so that it gives you more space for you to put the card together, weld it together. If I just put 2 circles, there'd just be a really small section, and we want to make it a little bit more of a intersection between the two. So we're going to start with a square, and I'm going to make it, I only want to be about a 1/2 inch. We're going to make this 4 inches. We're going to make this a 1/2 inch, so that we're only taking off a 1/2 inch of the circle. And let's just go ahead and move it up to the 1 and 1 at the moment. Excuse me. And we'll go ahead and select the circle, do a shift. So we have the rectangle, that's a 1/2 inch, and the circle, and we'll do a slice. And then we'll get rid of all these pieces. And now when we create the two to weld together, then you'll see that this piece will attach to the front of this, so it'll go all the way up. But when it opens, the overlay will, this part at the top will just go towards the back. Okay, next thing we need to do is to duplicate. We'll slide that over, and then we're going to flip this, and we're going to flip it vertical. So now we are going to move this to 1 and 5. So now they are matched at the 1 and 5. So we'll hold both, shift, and catch them both. And this time we're going to weld it. So now we have the card base. Now we want to put in a score line. So we'll grab a score line, and then we'll come up here, and we're going to rotate that score line 90 degrees so that it goes this direction. And we are going to put it at, right now I'm just going to put it at the 1 and the 5. Click here to close that. All right, and you can see it is a little wide, so let's take it down to 2.5. And then this time we're going to move it over to 1.5. See if that doesn't get it. That looks pretty good. So now we have our score line. It's in the center of our card base. So we will just catch those. I just drew a box around all of it. And this time we'll attach, because remember, you have to attach. And while we have it like this, we are going to go ahead and bring over the sentiment, arrange it to the front. Sorry. And I like it right there. And let's go ahead and grab that. And then we'll attach. So now it will score first, it will write, and then it will cut. And we're going to go ahead and make that card base white. I like my card bases white. And then this is going to be the front. Arrange and move forward. Okay. Now, while I put it down here on the bottom, just remember this piece will be folded over the top. I just want to make sure it fits the circle still. It does. And then again, like I said, let's undo that. It moved on me. All right. Grab our We'll arrange that to the front. And like I said, I found this cute floral overlay. Let's go ahead and arrange that to the front before we slide it over. And then this will be the front of the card. Easy peasy. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing cards that you make of different shapes. Thank you, and enjoy.